know after you've deleted Instagram, deactivate your account, deactivate your Snapchat, delete your Snapchat, you're still feeling the urge to get back on the app. You're still left with some feeling of emptiness. You're still thinking about what people would think. You're still thinking about how your friends are feeling about this decision you've made. And in a couple of days, or let's even say a couple of hours, let's be real, you download it again, you reactivate your account, you're back on socials, and the cycle continues like that. Just keep deleting, re-downloading, deactivating and reactivating. It's not the app that's the problem, it's not the internet that's the problem, it's the underlying feeling that's the problem. And what I mean by this is the feeling that you do get from using the apps. What the problem is your addiction to validation, not quitting Snapchat, quitting Instagram. Honestly, you can have all the social media apps in the world and not procrastinate. You know what I mean? Like, it literally doesn't matter. It's all down to you. It was hard for me to quit the need for validation. First of all, I had to become aware and admit that, yes, I am addicted to chasing validation. And once you're aware of the injury, then you can start to begin to treat it. And over time, obviously, as you unlearn things, you create space, because you need to be empty to be filled. Pause. To be filled with something new, you first need to be empty. So you have to unlearn all these habits, all these patterns. That just proves that you are someone that is dependent on the validation of others, the validation of what social media tells you to do. Then you need to start to learn to validate yourself instead of seeking it outside of yourself, because seeking it outside of yourself is the first indication that you do not have it. And the more you keep chasing it, it's going to keep running away. Build your self-trust, build your self-discipline. Replace the habit of scrolling with a new habit. Start sleeping on time. Start sticking to things that you've told yourself to do. Stick to your schedule. That's the only way to build up your self-trust and your self-discipline. Even if you feel, oh, let me just cheat today. Let me just, that's your ego talking, bro. You need to discipline. You need to rein yourself in, essentially. Just keep yourself disciplined. Keep your just stick to your word. Honestly, that's the only way I can describe it. Because you make the rules at the end of the day. So if your schedule, if you're supposed to sleep at 10 p.m. every night, meditate for an hour a day, go on a morning walk, do this thing, stick to it. Stick to it to prove to yourself that I can master myself. By the time you prove to yourself that you can master yourself, then you can master the like yourself in terms of the addiction to the internet, your need for others' validation. You'll be able to cut that off. You don't need it. All you need is yourself at the end of the day. So you have to prove your self-trust that, I trust myself enough to give myself what I need. And then in turn, you'll be able to control the reality that's around you once you start to control yourself. Just by, first of all, replacing that habit of scrolling, of opening your phone first thing, with a different habit like picking up a book instead, checking your emails or something. At least, first replace the habit and then stick to it. And stick to your routine, morning and night routine. And I would also recommend to not even make it complex, don't make it complicated. Simplicity is the highest form of sophistication, so making it simple, it's going to be 10 times easier to stick to it. I mean, it's easier said than done. Some people can't stick with a simple schedule, but You know, don't be tricked into thinking I have to make it complex, I have to keep adding more things to build up my self-discipline, build my self-trust. No, make it simple. Even just the simple art of relaxing, just doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Everything requires discipline. Even watching anime, sitting down to watch anime, sitting down to procrastinate, sitting down to scroll. All these things require discipline at the end of the day. So just building self-discipline. And then with the validation, it's more like quitting an addiction to one thing and starting an addiction to another thing. So you need to shift from validation from socials, from people, to the validation you get within yourself from sticking to your word and sticking to your grind, you know what I'm saying? And prioritizing your health and things like that. So if you're going to the gym, stick to your diet, stick to your routine, stick to your workout. Don't no. But yeah, stick to it. Just stick to it, and then you'll only need validation from yourself from sticking to these things. The way you see yourself is how God is going to treat you in your reality. To hear more things like this, subscribe, like the video if you found this useful as well, or found what I've said to be true. And I hope you guys keep evolving. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Stay blessed.